Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sarah and I am mum to two girls, Rosalie who is 3 and Maeve who has just turned 8 months old. So this is Maeve's 8-month update and I'll be talking about how she's doing this month and how she's developing and what's changed for us in our routine. I don't know if you've noticed that you've been getting messages in your subscription box from people that you're subscribed to. I know I have, from all my favourite YouTubers. I want to be able to do this with you guys, but unfortunately I can't because I haven't got 10k subscribers. So if we want to chat, I kind of post any updates, like for example next week is half term, so I'm not going to be posting all that week. I'm having a week off because obviously I'll have both girls with me and it'll just be too hectic to try and film videos. To let you guys know that, I'm going to post on Instagram. So if you're not followed to me already, because I can't talk to you through YouTube, I will communicate with you through Instagram, so do follow me on Instagram. I'll link it down below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, if you please could subscribe, that would be wonderful. 90% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to my channel. So if all you lovely people that do watch these videos would subscribe to me, it would mean that I could reach that 10k and I would be able to message you through YouTube. Enough of my rambling, now let's get started with Maeve's 8-month update. So, her weight. Maeve, I had Maeve weighed a few days ago and she weighed 20 pounds and 12 ounces. If you read last month's updates in December, she weighed 20 pounds and 5 ounces. So she's actually only put on 7 ounces this month, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. The health visitor said not to worry. If you've seen Maeve, she's a little bit of a chubber, so she's definitely not starving. But obviously she hasn't put on that much. I mean, you can see it in her face that she slimmed down a lot. Like the December photo, she was very sort of like, I think that's probably her fattest, and now she's a lot slimmer in the face now. She's moving about a lot more, she's rolling over all the time. She doesn't stay still, to be honest. I cannot leave her on a mat. Like if I leave her somewhere, she's rolling over. She's not actually crawling, but she's like, she moves on her tummy and gets around. She sort of swims. So I guess that's why she hasn't put on that much weight this month. She's still eating lots. She eats the same as her big sister. She's still breastfeeding 5 times a day, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, her weight hasn't gone up that much this month. Daily, our daily routine, Maeve normally wakes around half six normally, and I get her up then and feed her. If she wakes before 6, I go into her room and put her dummy back in and she'll go back off to sleep. So she wakes up at 6:30, I give her a breastfeed then, and then she'll sit in our bed and play until 7 AM when I get up. Rosalie normally comes in just after 7 and then she'll sit on the bed with Maeve, and Rosalie normally watches the iPad while I do my makeup and get ready for the day, and Maeve will play with some toys next to her on the bed. Once I'm dressed, I then get Rosalie dressed and ready. Maeve, I keep in her pyjamas. I change her bum and we go downstairs and have breakfast once we're all dressed, but Maeve stays in her sleep suit. We then all have breakfast together. Maeve usually has toast. She'll have peanut butter on toast normally. I just find toast a lot easier to give her because she can eat it herself rather than me having to feed her. So that means that I can then get Rosalie's breakfast ready and get all her bits sorted before school that I need to, rather than sort of spoon feeding Maeve porridge. So yeah, she'll have toast, and then once they've all finished, it's then usually time to take Rosalie to preschool. So I go upstairs, change Maeve's bum again. She normally has done another poo, it's ridiculous. So I change her bum again, and then she's still in her sleep suit, but I'll put her coat and her hat on for our walk to school. We then walk to school, drop Rosalie off, come back home, and then Maeve, sometimes she falls asleep on the way back from preschool, other times she's still awake, so I will breastfeed her and put her down for a nap. And she is the best baby. Rosalie was never like this, but Maeve, I can literally, if I know she's sleepy, I can just put her down in her cot, give her a dummy, turn her little ewe and the sheep on, and she will go off to sleep. So that's normally what I do. That gives me a few hours to get on with things like filming this video, child free, or I'll do cleaning. The breakfast stuff is normally still all over the house, like the high chair's still messy, so I tidy that up. Then I get on with a bit of work, and then soon enough it is time to go and pick Rosalie up. Sometimes I actually have to wake Maeve to do the school run. Other times she'll be awake before that and she'll just play while we're waiting to go and pick Rosalie up. Once Rosalie's home, it's normally about 12 o'clock. I pick her up at 11:45, so so we all have lunch then. Rosalie normally asks for a picnic lunch, which is sort of like a sandwich, some picky bits and a few crisps, and I normally give Maeve the same if I'm making that. Other days we'll have something hot, like I made omelette for us all yesterday. Once we've had lunch and that's all cleared up, sometimes we go out, sometimes we stay in. Rosalie has clubs 2 afternoons a week, so we go do those, or we'll go to the park, or we'll do some craft. We just play games. Maeve goes in her little walker. She's loving the water now. And then we start getting ready for dinner. Around 5:30 we have our dinner, and we all have the same now. So Maeve will have whatever we're eating. Sausage and mash, she'll have mashed potato and veggies. Yeah, so I don't make her anything special anymore. She doesn't have purees anymore. She just has normal food, like whatever we're having. I do still have pouches. I do still have homemade purees in the freezer, but actually I haven't used them for a long time. But I do still have a few pouches in the cupboard just for emergencies, or to keep in a change-in bag. Sometimes if we go somewhere for lunch and there isn't a lunch option that would be good for Maeve, I'll just feed her a pouch, but she very rarely has those. They're just literally, they just sit in her changing bag. I find pouches better because obviously they will keep, whereas if you defrost a puree, they won't. After dinner, it is bath and bed. Rosalie and Maeve are bathed together, and then I get Maeve dressed ready into a sleep suit, breastfeed her, and then put her down in her cot. She's normally really good at going to sleep. She'll stir a few times. She was sleeping the night through. She's got a bit of a cold at the moment, so she's waking every few hours. I think because she can't breathe, because obviously she has a dummy which is blocking her mouth, and her nose is blocked. I think when she's got the dummy in and her nose is blocked, she can't breathe, so she keeps sort of waking herself up. If I go in there and put her dummy back in, she does go back off to sleep. Yeah, it is making a tired mummy, because obviously any disruption to your sleep, like I find it really hard to get back to sleep afterwards, and this happens probably about 4 or 5 times a night at the moment. So yeah, it's not ideal, but it's pretty good really as far as babies go, and it is because she's not very well. You can kind of deal with it more, can't you, if you know it's short term. So that's kind of what we do on an average day. Playtime. Maeve loves playing with her walker. She can walk in it now, so she chases me around the kitchen in it. She is nearly always bashing into the back of my heels when I'm in the kitchen and she's in the walker. She follows me everywhere. It's remarkable how she can get about. She like goes through all the doorways, and like if she gets stuck, she like moves herself back and forth till she can get free. Like it really is really clever. She doesn't go in the jumperoo so much. I don't think she likes it anymore. Now she's had a taste of freedom, she doesn't like being stuck in one place. In her little walker, she scoots up to the kitchen that we have, the little play kitchen that we have in the kitchen, and she gets all the food out and litters it all across my floor. That is one of her favourite games. She doesn't really play with the play gym anymore. I'm considering getting rid of those. She likes to play, I bought her like one of those foam mats, so she'll sit on those, just because we have hard wooden floors. She'll sit on those and play with toys from her toy box that I get out for her. She's still not really a fan of the ball pit. Still not really enjoying that. But yeah, I've sold the jumperoo now, so we haven't got that anymore, because she much preferred scooting around in her little baby walker. She can push a trolley along if you sort of hold her, support her. Like she'll push it herself and she'll walk herself, but you do have to obviously support her because she's not very stable. But yeah, they're kind of the things she likes playing with at the moment. Bedtime. As I said, Maeve goes down to bed at 7 p.m. She is a really good sleeper, so as in she settles herself really well. So all I literally do is, once she's breastfeed, I don't feed her to sleep anymore because she's not asleep once I finish feeding her. And with Rosalie, it was a real struggle to get her to then fall asleep. I had to like creep into I had to sort of hold her until she fell asleep and then lay her down in her cot. But Maeve, I can put her in her cot while she's still awake, put her dummy in, and she just settles herself, rolls over and goes to sleep. She has got a canopy over her bed. I don't know if that helps because she like feels quite cozy in her little nest. I don't know, but she is sleeping really well. We've given her a duvet now as well because we found that she slept better in our bed when she was snuggled under the duvet. And I sort of snuggle that in all around her, so she's all sort of supported in a little nest. She just drifts off by herself. So yeah, that's really working well for us. As I said, she's waking at the minute during the night, but that's because she's not very well and she's got a blocked nose, I hope. And then if she does wake, I just keep going into her room, put her dummy back in, and she'll go back off to sleep. And I keep doing that until after 6 a.m. If she wakes up about 6:15, I'll go in and get her. But normally it's about 6:30, and I go and get her then and bring her into our bedroom for her first feed of the day. Feeding. As I said, Maeve is exclusively breastfed. Maeve only has 4 feeds a day now. So she has one in the morning at 6:30 when she wakes. She has another one just after the preschool drop off at around 9:30, 10 before she goes down for a morning nap. She'll have another one sort of mid-afternoon, sort of around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then she'll go down for her afternoon nap, and then she has one before bed at 7 p.m. She has breakfast, lunch and dinner. She doesn't really have snacks. We don't really do snack time. I mean, I'll give Rosalie snacks if she asks for it, and if Rosalie's having a banana, I'll give Maeve half, but we normally just have, obviously because I'd have to put a bib on her and everything, she doesn't really have snacks. We just have breakfast, lunch and dinner. They make such a mess. Like I'd have to, that'd be like another meal time that I'd have to put her bib on for, put her in a high chair, clear out the mess afterwards. So yeah, I like an easy life, so she only has 3 meals a day. But obviously she is having her breastfeeds in between. Sizes, I've just changed Maeve into size 9 to 12 clothes, which she is definitely still in between sizes. A lot of the 9 to 12 things are too big for her, but like the 6 to 9 stuff that she's been wearing, because obviously I've washed it and stuff, is getting too small. So she's at this real awkward in-between stage at the moment. But my favourite things to dress her in are probably rompers. I love how they look. I think they're really comfy, especially from now that she's on the move and she's crawling and rolling around. Definitely my favourite things. I think I'm going to get some more. Maeve is now in size 5 nappies. Milestones. So Maeve is 8.5 months, so she's nearly 9 months, and we still have no teeth at all. My friend who has a baby the same age as Maeve has 3 teeth. Her little baby has 3 teeth, but Maeve has none. Rosalie was quite late getting her teeth, so it was to be expected really. Drinking out of her beaker, she's mastered that. She holds the handles, lifts it up and drinks out of a little Tommy Tippy cup with, you know, like sippy cup type thing. Holding a spoon, we haven't really practiced this much. I must start again because she likes to feed herself, and she has done from quite a young age. I spoon fed Rosalie for a long time, but Maeve really doesn't like it. She just like grabs any food and like stuffs it in. So she doesn't really use a spoon much at all. So I might have to try and get her to like spoon feed herself. It is one of those things, like she'll make such a mess with a spoon, whereas if she still makes a mess when she feeds herself with her hands, but I don't know, it doesn't fly all over the walls like it does if she has a spoon. So I've been a bit reluctant to give it her, but I must try and give her it more this month. Rolling. Last month Maeve had only rolled like a few times and she didn't do it that often, but now she's obviously slimmed down a bit and she is rolling all the time. Like as soon as you put her down on her back, she rolls onto her front, and she's always trying to get somewhere. Like she's always on the go now. I don't think she likes to pull herself up on things. She hasn't quite got there yet, but you can see her thinking about how she can do it. Like she pulls onto her coffee table and like it's as if she's going to. She hasn't actually done it yet, but it's as if she's gonna like pull herself up. If you hold her hands, she will pull herself up like on you. Yeah, I don't know, she looks like she's just gonna walk. Can't imagine her crawling. She has got into the crawling position a few times, like up on her knees, and she looks like she's gonna crawl, but again, she hasn't actually gone for it. She does get about though, and she moves on her tummy. Like I don't even know how she does it, but she gets around and she gets where she wants to go on her tummy. But it's not like an obvious commando crawl, it's just like rolling and moving, and I don't know, swimming is the nearest thing I can describe it as. Maeve can sit up really nicely now. Again, last month it was a bit like she'd sit for a bit and then she'd fall, but now I think she just sits, like she will stay there and she'd sit forever unless she's stretching for something, and then she'll like fall over. But she can definitely hold herself up and support herself. She holds her head up. We haven't had any more words. I think now she's concentrating on moving. She's not interested in talking as much. She kind of says like dada. I don't even know if she's ever said mama. And I kind of thought, she sort of says, it sounds like hello. Like if you say hello to her, she kind of goes ah back, like says it makes the sounds in the same way. So I don't know if that counts as saying hello. Do you think it counts? Grabbing and fetching things, like if Maeve wants something, there's a toy that she wants, she can get to it and then hold it and pick it up and play with it. Like she doesn't go on her play mat and play with her hangy toys really anymore, even though it's still there in the living room. She doesn't really play with it. She is more about picking things up and playing. Like we've got some blocks at Nick's mum's house and she really likes playing with those. 8 months old, we've had such big changes this month. She's really sort of turned into a little person. Like, she can get around everywhere, she can do what she wants, and she definitely lets you know if you're doing something she doesn't want to do, which isn't something we really witnessed before, but it's definitely, you can see her character coming through. Yeah, I'm really excited for all the things to come, really. She's going so fast, and I'm like very aware that in a little while she'll be turning 1. Like, it literally, it's gone in a whirlwind. It's such a short time. I know you always say this, and when you're in it, you can't imagine, but it does go so fast. But yeah, she's lovely. She's a little dream baby, really. I couldn't, like, she sleeps. She normally, not in the moment, but yeah, she's doing wonderfully. Let me know what your little one is doing this month and how they're progressing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.